Hi dear viewers, this is Arash Kamoli with another session of the website programming course on the Python programming language and the Django framework. Again, as always, a very warm and heartfelt welcome from me. If you remember, in the previous session we showed you how to work with kel and soap and how to send the JSON format. Now in this session we are going to deal with a short but important explanation. When you want to connect your site to the banking gate, for instance, using the soup or kel technique, you connect to that gate and send some initial values, and the gate responds to you, and then you are going to need the response would be given under the name result. As a test, we have designated them all as print user. We have printed result. It returns a series of data for you, and then you need to send your user to the gate's address. Okay, in this session we are going to show you how to send the user on our site to the bank gate, for instance the address that the gate that has given us, because after the payment again the user is going to return to your site. When we work with a banking gate, you will notice initially after getting the money, the code and API code along with these, it gets a return URL from you to know what address to use to return to your site, so that after the user completes the payment, or if it is left incomplete due to lack of credit, the bank is going to redirect the user to the URL address that you have provided here. Okay, so at first, if we want to work with the payments, it is how things work. At first we need to make a new payment, so that using your API code, the price, the serial number, and your return URL would be sent to the bank. The bank responds to you and creates an exchange code or tracking number. After that, you need to send the user to the banking gate link along with the exchange code, send him to the gate, and when the process is over, the user will be redirected to your return URL that has been given to the gate. And inside that URL again, you are going to check that the user receives his payment tracking and exchange ID number, and check the initial tracking and exchange the ID to make sure that this exchange is your size exchange. If it exists on your site, then the tracking number that you had given would be checked. If all the information was fine, then the user is going to receive the product or service on the site. Now we are going to perform that sending process. I go and set it in the view. Now I want to send the user to a site. Okay, any website. I say return redirect. We can use this same return redirect here, and to the site address https:// and redirect, and do the sending to that address, the address of the banking gate that is given to us by the bank. If there was any other value can be added to the string address. We can, for instance, add the value to it. Any value such as transaction ID can be given to it. These information are mentioned in the document, but the important and useful thing for you to know is sending the user address, that site such as banking gates where the user needs to visit and return from the site needs to be sent, and for sending you need to use return redirect. So that's it for this part. It can be done with any site. It may not be an API. You may be providing some services on your site. You have set the source link, and upon clicking on the link you want the user to go to the source link. You can do it either through the HTML or the view. It is easily done through HTML. You just need to give the address in the href, and if you want it in the view we can do it in there, and address such as google.com, we can do it there.